This is a PBS and NPR sports update. These are not real. Hello, public media fans. I'm Bob Riccoli from PBS Sports.
And I'm Vinandra DiRange from NPR Sports.
Vindy, this week we say goodbye to 8 more beloved contenders. Hard to believe we're just 2 weeks from the final round when the sole remaining public television icon will go head-to-head with his or her match from the public radio side.
It'll be here before we know it, and we'd like to thank everyone who has visited and voted so far. But the competition is only going to get tougher as the surviving 8 favorites move on to round 3.
It was a dramatic week. Let's start with this match. Julia Child is an icon who continues to inspire fans to this day.
But it was Spaceman Dynamite deGrasse Tyson who dealt with the knockout blow.
Ouch!
First Carl Sagan, now Julia Child. Will this legend killer rocket into the big finale?
Only if he can take down another legend next week. He'll face the winner of this next matchup, which was just as hard fought.
The Dowager Countess versus Bob Ross. The Happy Painter and the Lady Grantham faced off in perhaps the most surreal match of the week.
And Bob Ross is down for the count. Tess? Good one, right?
It's something.
Vinandra, did you just feel a little fresh air?
I think I did, Bob. It must have been Terry Gross breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's true. She bested Melissa Block. All things considered, it was a very tight match.
All hope isn't lost for all things considered, however, as Robert Siegel outlasts Garrison Keillor to make it to round 3.
Yes, we'll miss you, big guy from Minnesota.
Knocked out the Keillormeister. But someone we won't be missing is Tom Silva.
That's true. This was an intense battle, but despite an early lead, Ken Burns is history in this tournament. Handyman Tom Silva got the job done once again, and he'll move on to face the winner of this round's battle of childhood nostalgia. Vinandra, you expressed some discomfort with this matchup this week coming into the room here.
This one hurt.
It did. I cried several times.
Ugh.
Yeah, it caused a lot of people some severe emotional pain.
The devastating psychological impact of having to choose between Fred Rogers and Bert and Ernie will be studied for years to come.
Good luck unraveling that one, science.
But unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to those 2 lovable Muppets, Bert and Ernie, as Mr. Rogers moves on to round 3.
This SmackDown brought to you by the letters K and O.
Oh, no.
Mr. Rogers wins.
2 very sad Muppet faces on Sesame Street today, Bob.
Well, at least Peter Sagal has something to be happy about.
Oh, that's right. He outlasted Bob Boylan. Moving on to 3. Great. That's great. Great. I'm so upset about Bert and Ernie. I'm drowning myself over here. Drowning myself in a giant glass. An Ira Glass, who just won round 2 against
those lovable Muppets from Radiolab.
Those lovable Muppets from Radiolab.
It breaks my heart to see them go. But we've got to move on. And that sets up one tricky match on the NPR side for round 3.
That's a clash of the Titans there, Bob. Both big vote getters.
And both very active on the internet. So we'll see who's best at mobilizing his troops in what should be a very interesting match.
So, here's a look at the matches for round 3. If the choices are tough, and we know they are, it's because these public media all-stars mean something to you.
You know them and you love them. Some you grew up with, some get you to work every morning. These people
and Muppets
have shown new perspectives, taught you things you needed to know, and just made you feel good.
Cast your votes early and often for round 3 at whyy.org/madness. Vote as often as you like, and keep up the chatter on Facebook and Twitter. Next week, we'll share some of our favorite comments. Until then, I'm Vinandra DiRange.
And I'm Bob Riccoli. Happy voting.